What up, guys? Welcome to the Son of Wonder. Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 14 has dropped, so let's conversationalize. Alright, guys, so I found this episode to be yet another mediocre one, and it's extra frustrating because this is the second to last episode of this season. And it's also even extra frustrating considering the fact that the prior two seasons, their second to last episodes built the tension. It built the suspense even more to prepare you for the finale and to what's going to happen. Build up the excitement for it. I feel like this one didn't do that at all, where we're just going through the motions again. Once again, just like last week, I can literally just sum up this episode in, this is spoilers, so get ready. The Bad Batch infiltrate Tantus.
That's shocking.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, maybe we get a few extra things here and there, but yeah. Bad Batch infiltrate Tantus. Not a lot. Not a lot else to talk about. It's only really when you get to the last 5-ish minutes where you're actually seeing oh, this could be interesting, setup for the finale. But, there's no extra intrigue, there's no nothing. It's literally just going through the motions. The Bad Batch arrive on the ship that they boarded. In the last episode, they arrive, they come out of hyperspace. The planet is there that Mount Tantus is on. And they detach from the ship, fight some fighters, get shot down, typical Star Wars stuff. Typical Dave Filoni stuff, actually. And they run through a forest. Get some interesting dialogue moments. I guess one interesting dialogue moment. Rampart speaks to Crosshair, and Rampart is trying to tell Crosshair that he's just like him. They both only care about themselves. And Crosshair's like, no, I've changed. And then Rampart's like, sure you have. So Rampart, he's definitely not convinced that Crosshair's a full good guy. Crosshair's hand is still bothering him, so there's that. And then they see another giant creature. It's a giant furry tiger. It was similar to the one, like a saber-toothed tiger, kind of like one we saw in Tales of the Jedi, very similar to that. But yeah, they find a tiger, and Rampart runs away like the coward he is. The Bad Batch run, and they try to fight it off, but it's not really working out. Then the Empire finds the tiger, starts shooting at the tiger, and then the tiger, fights the Empire, or fights the stormtroopers. And I think that's the last we see of the tiger. And then Rampart runs into some stormtroopers and gets captured. I don't even know what happens to the Bad Batch after that. I think they just are still in the forest. I don't know. Echo... that he was on the main ship that the Bad Batch boarded. So when they detached, Echo was still on the main ship. So he was separate from the rest of the Bad Batch. So when that ship goes to Tantus, Echo departs from that ship, disguised as a stormtrooper. Typical Star Wars, disguising yourself as a stormtrooper. Been a staple since the beginning. He finds a droid hand that he plugs into his Star Wars plug thing. So he has an extra hand now, so that's pretty cool. He realizes Omega is at the base. He combs the systems and realizes it. And then Emery finds Echo, and she knows immediately that's him, even in the disguise. I don't know how she would. I feel like that's a little bit too magical of hey, you're Echo. When every clone voice, or most of the clone voices sound the same, and Echo's isn't really differentiated from the rest of the regular clone voices, because he was a reg, as the Bad Batch called them. So, I don't know how she knew. I mean, maybe it's because he is the only normal voice, although Hunter's does sound... Anyway, I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me. Hunter's voice also sounds like Echo's, so... I don't know how she was able to magically differentiate that one. But apparently Omega told the Batch about Emery just like she told Emery about the Batch. So they have some knowledge of each other. But Echo basically tells Emery, we're going to rescue every clone here, including Omega. And then Emery tells him that the Empire's also got kids captured there. And so Emery's like, if you really want to help save the other children and Omega, you're going to have to listen to me. You're going to have to trust me. And Echo seems to reluctantly agree. And so that's that scene that happens near the end of the episode, very close. Throughout this, Omega is still with the other children in basically the prison. They call it the vault. And Omega accesses the panel that she had broken into in the last episode. Apparently that's what her idea was just to kind of climb through the panels that were in the wall. And so she climbs through some of the panels. She sees another room where a giant Zillo beast is being kept. So we're continuing that story left from last season. Second to last episode of this season. And then Omega comes back down in time to get her sample taken and not have suspicion be aroused. So there you go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, a plot hole, I guess, that I noticed was I have no idea how the ship... First of all, the episode begins like the Empire knows that the Bad Batch have infiltrated the station to hijack the ship or like board the ship that was going to Tantus in the last episode. I don't know how they knew that because I'm pretty sure for the most part the Batch stealthily entered the station and none of the Imperials there seemed to know about the Bad Batch at all. So I have no idea how the Empire knew. And then when the ship comes out of hyperspace with the Bad Batch's ship boarded on the bottom, the Empire knows the Batch, or they have a really good idea that the Batch are on the ship, but they don't scan it before it enters the atmosphere of the planet. Like, they just let it go in and then let the fighters intercept it. But it's like, almost every... Also, why aren't there Star Destroyers guarding this planet? This is like the most important scientific operation of the entire Empire. One of the, if not the most important operations in the Empire going on right now, period. And there's no Star Destroyers? Like, there's no extra security guarding the atmosphere? In Clone Wars and in Rebels, there was always, like, Star Destroyers guarding a certain Imperial base if it was, like, super important. So I don't know if the Empire is just lax on security or what, but I don't see any good reason why there shouldn't be some kind of extra security force guarding the planet. Unless they would just wanted the fighters to intercept the Batch when they entered the atmosphere to try and, shoot them down. But like you would logically you would scan them before that. You would have Star Destroyers scanning the ship. If there's another ship boarding or that shouldn't be there, you shoot it down. So it's just, that was really annoying. As you can tell, I'm annoyed by that. And yeah, that's the episode. It literally is just that. And then like I said, in the last 2 seasons, you get these really tension-filled episodes. And this is not just the second to last episode of this season. This is the second to last episode of this series. And I feel like you feel nothing. It's like, okay, they're going to save Omega for the 80th time. It's like that, it just gets old. It is old. It's tiring, but it's like, it's tiresome. But it's just, it doesn't make sense because you're literally, I can't comprehend. I'm so confused as to why this is just such a bland episode. I'm not confused, I'm just disappointed. I don't know what's going on. It should have way more than this. There should be some reveals because I can't imagine that they're going to be able to reveal everything that they need to reveal in the last episode. I can't imagine that's going to be the case. But they're going to have to. They need to make the last episode, like the finale, like really long. If they really want to like end the whole series off with a bang, they need to make it really long. If it's the same length, I have no idea how they're going to fit all they need to fit. Obviously, you're probably going to get some Zilla Beast stuff. Hopefully, like I mentioned in my reviews for Season 2, the Zilla Beast will end up eating Dr. Hemlock. Maybe we'll get that payoff. That would be the proper death for that horrible, horrible, horrible bad guy. Like, very evil. Well, you hate him kind of bad guy. Kind of horrible. But, yeah. I mean, I have no idea. And I'm disappointed, for sure. But we'll see. Maybe the finale will be so good that it'll rectify any past mistakes. But I mean, this entire season we've just kind of been, doing different, we've been doing some side missions. Even the missions that are, the main missions that are important aren't that exciting. Or drawing things out way too much. I mean, heck, you could have you could have made this episode and last episode and the episode before that all one episode in and of itself. You really could have. In Clone Wars, they could have. You could have rescued Rampart, gotten him to the station, and infiltrated Tantus all in the same episode. All in the same episode. And you would have had a much better, much more exciting, like Odyssey of a story in just that 22 minutes sequence. Totally could have done it, because they have done it before. In Clone Wars and in Rebels. But, yeah. As you can tell, I'm perturbed, but we'll see if the next episode is going to rectify the situation. But thank you guys for watching. Have a very blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. May the Lord be with you. May the Force be with you. Goodbye. And that's a wrap. Yeesh.